Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Brandon here at Midnight Customs. So today we ended up working on my sheet metal brake. I built it in the reverse order when I originally built it, and I wasn't happy with it, one. And then two, it was one of the very first welding projects I ever did, and the welds broke on a couple of places. So I'm glad that it did because it allowed me to correct it and make it how it's supposed to be, or how I wanted it to be anyway. So this is what we ended up doing. We ended up taking a 1-inch square tube of unknown wall thickness, so I didn't put the gauge on it, and then a piece of half by 13 all thread and 4 3/4 nuts. So what we did was we cut these down into 16-foot stick, or 16-inch sticks. I'm sorry, not 16 feet. That's ridiculous. And then what I did was I took this all thread and I went over here and I ran it down through the hole, and I used the nut to set the depth of it. And then we'll come down here, and I don't know if you can see that. There we are. Right there, we got it tack welded down at the bottom, so it's not going to come up out of here. Sorry about the crappy camera work. And then what I did was, once I got the depth set, how far I wanted it to stick up, and have it flush welded on the bottom, I took, let me get this off here, I took 2 of these and I tacked them all the way around and ground the welds flat. That way that it still looks like this, and the wrench will still grab it. And the reason I did that is because, one, it's easier to grip with your hand. Having a larger nut's a lot easier to work with in this application as opposed to a single nut. And not only that, but you can take your wrench, 3/4, and you can get it on there and it's not going to slip or slide as the bolt moves up or down, etc. So, and you can hand tighten these if you're bending a wider sheet lengthwise. Then it's better to tighten these with a wrench. So, like I said, just a piece of all thread, half 13, and just measured it out, used the nut to set the depth, welded it in with the nuts holding it in place, and then what we got is a piece of, I can get a better view here, 16 gauge sheet metal. This is a strip I cut off of the welding cart project when I was trimming up the pans for it. So, by the way, this thing turned out amazing. I'm very pleased with it, and the missus picked out the teal green paint color, and she actually did the paint job on it, and it turned out beautiful. And this thing works great so far. Just finished that up last night. You can check out the videos on that. They're on my channel. There's a 5-part series on building this cart from scrap metal. So anyway, back to this. We're just going to use this as a test piece. It's a lot easier to bend, and it's just a test purpose as opposed to bending up one of these. These are also 16 gauge. I've got a big sheet of 18 gauge, but that's for the truck project, making my own patch panels where I need them. And anyway, if you're feeding a thin strip through, it's a lot easier to bend than, say, you're going the full width. The full width, you're going to take more effort to do it, which is also why, let me move this turd out of the way. I didn't put these handles on originally, and so I was actually had this flipped around and I was using this as a handle, and it worked good for thin pieces like you just seen. But for a bigger sheet like that, or even like the top and bottom trays on this, it takes quite a bit of lead in your rear end to break that metal edge over. So this gives you more leverage. So what we'll do is we'll loosen this up. Get that up enough. All right, let's see. Hang on one second. I'm going to set the camera down so I can get this piece of sheet metal fed in there. All right, so the smart thing to do would be to come from the back side and feed it in, but we're not doing things the smart way today. So 1 second, folks. All right, we got it fed in, and what you want to do is there's a line right here. You can, I don't know if you can see it, this gap right here. You want to line up where you want your bend at with that gap, and this is sitting flush against that gap. Tighten your nuts down on your clamp plate. And for those of you that don't know, you do that to keep this from sliding as you're bending it up. And then what we'll do is we'll grab the handle and we'll bend her up. We'll loosen our bolts. Pull her out. There you go. You got your 90-degree bend. And you can bend it to a bunch of different radiuses. The most common's a 90, I suppose. But that's what we got going on. I'm real happy that my original design failed. It allowed me to go back and reorchestrate it and make it a proper working piece of machinery. So that's what we got going on today. Thanks for watching. This is Midnight Customs. Hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Have a good evening.